Waymaker provides all the content you need for this course. You don't need to Google to find answers to questions. It's all in Waymaker. Okay. There is a field called learning science. It is a part of psychology. Learning science has actually found that working with material is 6 times more effective than listening or reading. So what that means is working with Waymaker you can learn the same stuff by working with Waymaker in 1/6 of the time that it would take you to learn the same stuff by reading about it. Okay, doing really is the best way to learn. Well, it's the second best way to learn. The best way to learn is trying to teach it to somebody else. That is supported in the research as well. Okay, so Waymaker is organized into modules. Modules are like chapters in a book. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is work through the modules. Okay, read the content, think about the content, do the show what you know. Show what you knows are pre-tests that literally, it's like taking the end of chapter test before you start studying, because then Waymaker will tell you, here are the areas that you're strong on, here are the areas that you still need more work on. So it's a way of using your time more efficiently. Okay.
Do we all have quizzes this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone is special this semester. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, it's great.
Good. Okay. Do the self-checks. Self-checks are the little quizzes in the middle of the modules. Okay, you can do them as many times as you want. So do the self-checks, do the try-its. Those are little exercises where it explains how to do something, and then it says, here, try it yourself. So they're little problems that you can work through. You can do those as many times as you want. There are other learning activities. Okay, my favorite are the animations. They're kind of like games. You get to play them. Okay, all of those things are supposed to prepare you for the end of module quizzes. Okay, the end of module quizzes are longer. They're like 10 or 20 questions. Some of you remember from last semester. And you can only take those twice. So the idea,
graded?
Sorry?
Are those graded for a big class?
Yes, they are, but they count only a tiny bit.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Okay. So the idea is work through the module, take the quiz at the end. If you don't pass the quiz, it will tell you what areas you're weak on. Go back and study those areas before you come back and take the quiz over. If you're not absolutely positive that you know the stuff, then send me an email and I can explain it to you. Okay, now, I actually did research on Waymaker a year ago. So what I did is I conducted a randomized control trial where half the students had Waymaker and the other half didn't. And then I collected everybody's data and I dumped it into a statistical model so that I controlled for how smart individuals were, how many credit hours they'd taken, race and gender, whether you were in an online course, the face-to-face course, all of those things. And what I found was that students end up scoring higher on the final exam the more module quizzes they show mastery on, the more module quizzes they score 80% or above. Okay, and it was statistically significant and it was a meaningful amount. So something like for every 3 or 4 module quizzes that you pass, it raises your final exam grade by 1 whole letter grade. So it was pretty significant. Okay. So one other thing, to be successful in this course, as you work through the modules, you need to constantly ask yourself, do I understand this? If the answer is no, go back and review the material and ask again. If the answer is still no, then talk to me for help. Okay, my goal literally is to help you learn. Okay, you know, I get paid based on how many people pass the course. So nobody's going to say anything to that.
Cool.
So no, I don't get paid based on how many people pass the course. That would be too easy, because then I could just give you guys all A's and take home the big paycheck.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good to me.
Well, it does and it doesn't. Okay? You know, in the long run, you're better off learning this stuff than just getting a grade. Okay, now, sometimes when you take the module quiz, Canvas hiccups, and it says you took the quiz, you used up one of your 2 chances, and you have nothing to show for it. Okay. If that happens, send me an email. I can reset it for you. Okay. Finally, the bottom line, learning is work. Learning takes time. Learning takes effort. Okay. Many students, especially first-year students, I'm not going to name you, but you know who you are. Many students don't put enough time into studying for learning to take place. Okay, some of you will just blow this off, but if you want to learn economics, that's really what you need to do. You need to put the time and the effort in until you get it. Some of you will learn more quickly. Some of you will learn more slowly. Everyone who goes through the process that I've described here tonight will learn what you need to be successful in the course. You'll pass, you'll get a decent grade. Okay? So the question that I would leave you with is, are you willing to put in the time and effort to be successful? That's a question that I can't answer for you. You have to answer that for yourself. Okay, now we're going to change gears here a little bit. Talk about a little bit of the logistics. The pace you take through the course depends on you. You can go faster or slower than the course outline, as long as you get the modules and the module quizzes done by each of the exams, right? So it doesn't make sense to not do module 3 if the exam covers module 3, right? You gotta do that module too. Okay. I'm gonna pretend that you guys are going at the same pace as me, though I recognize that that's not necessarily true, and that's fine, as long as you get caught up by the exams. Okay. For all the assignments, read the directions carefully and make sure you give me everything that the assignment asks for. Finally, I got 2 questions from people who couldn't attend tonight. The first question was, how do I get points for class participation? Okay, the answer is you can contribute to our class in several ways. First, you can attend the weekly Hangouts like you guys are doing. Yay, you.
Yay.
Yes?
Yay.
Okay. Second, if you know you can't make it, you can email me the questions you would have asked in advance, and I will bring those questions up and discuss them. So you can watch the recording and get the answers to your questions. Okay. Third, we're going to be having some online discussions, so you can contribute to those. You can participate in those. And fourth, we're going to be doing some group activities, so you can contribute to your study group. If they say Carolyn was a slacker, she didn't pull her weight, then that's going to be a negative, right? You know, if they say Becca was a rock star, she led our group, she kept everything going, kept us all on track, that's a positive thing. Okay, and especially athletes who aren't doing their sport this semester, they should take all of that extra time and put it into micro. Come on, I don't even get a chuckle from that. You guys are a hard crowd. Okay, so first question was, how do I get points for class participation? That was my answer. Second question, what do you want, you meaning me, what do you want for the module analyses? Should they be concise or detailed? The answer is they should be concise. It can be just a sentence, right? Tell me what stuff in the module you don't feel you understand. It's simple. Just identify what you don't understand. If you understand everything, say that. Do this in an email, okay? The deadline for these things is before the next Hangout. So what I will do literally is I will sort and collate all of your module analyses so that I get a sense of what you guys are having trouble with, and then I can spend time during the Hangouts doing like a mini lecture on them.
What if you don't understand anything?
Well, then I probably you didn't try very hard. You should at least understand, I mean, you should at least understand what the title is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, you guys are smart people. You ought to be able to figure out something from the module.
Yeah, come on, Amanda.
Shut up.
Okay, that's all I have to say tonight. So what questions do you have about anything that I said, or about the course, or about microeconomics, the meaning of life, the nature of the universe, any of those things? I don't promise answers to some of those questions.
So how do like the tests work?
Okay. I was about to make a joke about that, but I know you guys are very serious about tests, so I won't. The two midterms will be online quizzes in Canvas. Okay, so you'll go to Canvas. I'll give you a 24-hour time period. If you need to move that, you can, right? If you're working that night or something, fine, just let me know and we can adjust that a little bit. Okay, once you start, you'll have like 90 minutes to do 30 questions. So you should have more than enough time to do it. Okay, the exams will be 30 multiple choice, the midterm exams. The only difference is the final I want you to come in and take in person. So I finally get to meet you.
Where do we go to take the final?
Hold on one second. I don't know if you can hear my buzzer going off. I need to turn off my rice.
That's important. You don't want sticky rice.
What's that?
So that's important. You don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan.
No. And I have an awesome pot, and it belongs to my son, and I wouldn't want to burn it for him. Then he might not let me use it again. Okay, where to take the final? That's negotiable is the short answer. The longer answer is it generally depends on when you want to take it. For the final, you can take it anytime in 1 day during exams. So, you know, if the exam day turns out to be Wednesday, you can take it anytime between 9 and 5 on Wednesday. Okay, so then what you'll do is you'll tell me what time I can expect you, and then I will tell you where I'm going to be. So for most of the day, I'll be in the ECON house. So you just come over to my office and I'll set you up that way. But if, say, you picked the time that corresponded to another exam that I was giving, then I would have you come there and take the exam there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Good.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like one module a week, and then the module analysis is like due on Sunday. Is that?
Yes, more or less.
Okay.
At the beginning of the semester, like this week, we're actually doing 2 modules. The reason for that is that it's review for the people that have had Econ 201, and so I think we can go quicker. If you haven't had Econ 201, just work through it and you'll get caught up in a week or so.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Beth?
No.
Eric, are you there? Eric's computer is logged in. Don't know if Eric is there. Oh, there he is. Okay, great. Awesome. All right. Any questions? This will be your last time to talk to me until tomorrow, if you want to talk tomorrow. All right, well, I hear my wok calling. I think it's time to start stir frying. So I will talk to you guys at least a week from now. And if something comes up in the meantime, shoot me an email. You know, I have regular office hours. I also have online office hours. So, you know, if you want to talk to me sometime when I'm not on campus, we can just set up a little Zoom hangout like this. It's not a problem. So, all right. In that case, have a good evening.